Hello, friends. Welcome to IT Job Pulse. Today, we are achieving a great milestone, that is, we are entering into the 20th video of PMP job training program. And it's a great milestone because with this video, 70% of your project management, project manager job training will get completed. So today's video is part 4, that is case studies, quality in waterfall, agile and hybrid models. Okay. So if you are a regular viewer, you know that we are now discussing about quality management and in across all the methodologies. So without any further delay, let's begin the part 4 and let's begin with case study 1, that is waterfall model. Project loan system for a government bank. As you may be aware that there are different types of banks available, that is private bank, government bank, and there is another one that is non-banking finance company, NBFC. The goal here is to build a loan system, okay? And this one system should manage all loan applications like personal loan, home loan, car loan, gold loan, or any other loan. How the project was done? Everything was planned step by step. First, all requirements were collected, then design, development, testing, and finally delivery. So it's about planning, and then these are the different phases which are mentioned here. And let's understand the factor of quality. Okay, how quality was handled here. A quality plan was made at the beginning because it's waterfall method. Each step was checked before moving to the next. Like first we checked for the requirements. This is the step. Then we checked for design, and then we moved to development, testing, and then delivery. Okay. Testing was done only after development ended. Now, you need to understand that in waterfall, we complete one phase at a time. We don't actually work on all the phases. Once the first phase is completed, then only we will go to the next phase. Now, what's the result? What happened here? The final product matched the plan, but customer needs had changed by the time it was ready, and making changes was difficult and expensive. Let's consider year 2000. Back then, there was no such online system available where we can manage our loans digitally. Now, the government bank decides to build an application. They did not think about the future of a digital era. They just built a simple loan management application, and somehow they could not think about uploading the documents in the portal. So let me explain it further. So if you go back to year 2000, then there was no such application where we can submit details, we can upload documents, and we can get the disbursement. So consider that government bank wanted to have all the loan application under one system, but they missed the functionality of uploading the documents digitally. Now the system is very good, but then the problem here is after once they develop, let's say they developed in year 2001, the government bank. After developing, they realized that there are other banks in the market who are providing the functionality of uploading the documents in the system, but the government bank doesn't have it. So here the problem is created. Now the bank needs to add the function of uploading documents online. So that's what the message is like. The customer needs had changed by the time it was ready. And now if you want to make changes, it is difficult because we have to go back again, we have to develop, and a lot of things are there. So, and it was expensive as well. Now, what lesson we have learned here, that is following process blindly. It's like using a Nokia charger on an iPhone. Why we are saying blindly? Because we made a plan, we followed it blindly, we did not think about change because waterfall doesn't allow it. Client says, this is not what we asked for, PM. The answer to the client's question, yes, but look how beautifully we failed in phases. So definitely you cannot give this kind of answer to client. However, I need to clarify one thing that which I have already cleared many times, but let me tell you one more time that waterfall is not the most suited method in today's world. As I have given the example of loan banking system where they could not think about adding the documents digitally in the system. Now, if it was agile methodology, we would have thought about making changes. So it's an ongoing activity. So we will understand in agile methodology what we do. So without just thinking about waterfall only, we will move to the agile part. Case study, agile model. Project, shopping app for online customers. Goal, create a smooth shopping experience on mobile phones. How the project was done? The work was divided into small 2 weeks sprints. Teams discussed task daily. Features were shown to users after every sprint. That is what I am saying here. When we go back to the first example, where let's say we planned for 10 functions, 10 features for that matter. Now, only those 10 features will be developed in Waterfall. If there was any other feature to be added, let's say 11th feature to be added, which is of uploading the documents digitally, it is not possible in Waterfall. However, in Agile, let's say we developed 5 features and then we realize that we are missing on we are missing on the feature of uploading documents digitally, then we can actually make changes in Agile. But in Waterfall, it is not possible. With that, I want to say one more thing. In some cases, in some projects, Waterfall works very beautifully, but then it is very less in today's world. Okay. So to be precise, I will say in 5% projects, Waterfall works very beautifully and rest 95 are not pure agile. Okay, rest 95 are hybrid. So hybrid means what we will understand in coming slides. Okay, so the message here is most common used method in today's world is hybrid. Okay, because I see a lot of videos on internet and some posts on LinkedIn as well talking about agile scrum framework, that it is not getting followed purely. So the moral of the story is very simple. Don't get confused. Wherever you see that there are some rules of Agile Scrum are not followed, that means that is hybrid method. Okay. So we are trying to develop shopping app for online customers. Okay. And it's like sprints and tasks. And see here, the benefit is after developing, let's say 5 features, or if after every one feature also we can plan it. Let's consider that in first 2 weeks sprints we developed two features, not five, two features. Okay, so these two features are shown to the clients, to the business owners. Okay, and we collect the feedback. So based on the feedback we can have changes, we can we can add features also. But again, there are some restrictions. It's not that you say that I want this change and it happens immediately. So even if it is flexible, it goes through some kind of a process, because we need to do the risk analysis, the impact of adding that changes. Again, will it increase the time of the project, or will it have any other impact? So those things we consider, and surely Agile Scrum framework, we are always open for change. How quality was handled here? Code was tested continuously during development. Quick feedback was collected from users. Bugs were fixed. Now, in Agile Scrum framework, what we follow is we do planning, but not that much of planning. And at the same time, we start gathering requirements, okay, but not all the requirements, because some of the requirements are not clear to us, and after gathering initial requirements, like we start developing the product, that coding work we start. So in Agile Scrum framework, as soon as we do some development, we test immediately after, let's say, developing two features. We are testing those features, okay? And after testing it, we are showing it to the clients as well that this is what we have done. So the major difference in Waterfall is we just focus at the we just focus only at one phase, but in Agile, we do it simultaneously, all the things. Now, if there are bugs that, like, because we are performing testing, as soon as the feature is developed, we can fix the bugs as well. Okay, what happened? The team could adjust two new ideas quickly, which I already mentioned. Users were happy because they saw progress early, but some documents were missed as the focus was on delivery. Okay, very rarely you will see that documents are missed, because it's not the case in the real business world. We cannot miss any document. It's like, I know that Agile says that we focus less on documentation and the customer feedback more, and the uh, user persona, but it's not the case. Documents, we cannot miss it. So lessons learned here: Agile without discipline is like a DJ without Wi-Fi, all noise, no music. So imagine DJ is just making a noise, there is no music, there is just a noise. Scrum Master, now let's say what Scrum Master says. Team, we are agile. Dev, yeah, even bugs are going live faster now. So bugs happen, okay? Case study 3, hybrid model. Now, this is what I said. Most of the projects will find hybrid model. Project CRM system for a luxury retail brand. Goal, track and improve how they talk to customers. How the project was done? First, high level planning like waterfall, budget, scope, timeline. Then work was done in sprints like Agile. So in some projects, you will find it 10% waterfall, 90% Agile, 60% Agile, 40% waterfall. So if I have to give my current project example, then we are following 80% waterfall and 20% Agile. How quality was handled? Plans and documents followed waterfall. Features were tested and reviewed regularly like Agile, balanced both process and product quality. Here, the difference is like we can do modification, we can do tweaks, and we can adjust it as per the requirements of the clients. Okay, what happened? Allowed structure and flexibility together. A few conflicts occurred between planning and changing requirement. Still delivered a successful system with happy users. So there are some challenges. Every methodology has some challenges, right? So it is a combination of structure and flexibility, and at the end, still, because it was a combination of waterfall and agile, the product was delivered successfully, and system and the users were also happy, because while developing, we made sure that we are uh, doing the doing the development and testing, and also at the same time we are presenting to the stakeholders. Hybrid, so lesson learned is hybrid done right is equal to balance. Hybrid done wrong is equal to shampoo plus coffee in same bottle. So if you don't balance it very well, then shampoo and coffee in the same bottle, you can say. PM, are we waterfalling or sprinting today? Team, we are just paddling in circles now. Okay, so I want to tell you one thing from the interview point of view. Um, when you are appearing in the interview, say it confidently that you are following hybrid, and you give the reason. And if you know very well what is Scrum and what is Agile and what is Waterfall, then you will be able to answer it confidently. Don't worry about the interviewer, what he will think. Like, it's okay, because you are telling the best practices followed, okay? And ultimately, your confidence matters more than anything else. And uh, from my experience, I'll definitely say I have said these things in interviews, and you can see my LinkedIn profile. I have selected 4 times in the interviews. Okay, I have changed my company five times, so you can understand what I'm trying to tell. Simple comparison table. Even before that, not just me, my students, those whom I mentor, they are also getting selected. So we are talking about the comparison table. Feature is planning, done at the start, done in parts. It's an ongoing process. Okay. Hybrid is mix of both. Okay. Handling changes, difficult and costly, almost no. In waterfall also, changes happen, but it goes through a lot of big process, change requests and all that. But they are very rigid. And waterfall method is like we can't do anything. Very rarely you will have that thing. Easy and quick in agile because we are open for change. I will still not say that quick because at times we cannot take quick decisions. Medium, some control, some flexibility. It's a combination of both. So I will say that hybrid is nothing but riding a bicycle and at the same time making sure that you are balancing yourself and doing the paddling very well as well. Okay. User feedback comes at the end. Okay. Once the entire project is completed, comes after every sprint. So this is like a great game changer. Comes regularly but very fast. Okay. Quality focus follows plan and checklist. Okay, this is something we make a plan, we follow that, we just check the checklist. We are working on feedback and we are testing early and we are testing continuously. Mix of planned and real time quality. Okay, so both things are here. When to use project with fixed needs. I said 5% projects. It is applicable for 5% projects in IT. I'm particularly talking about when we are sure, when we are certain that there won't be any change even after we deliver the final product, then only waterfall is useful. Agile products or projects with changing needs. So if you are developing something new, and if you are not sure about few functions or features, or even if you are sure, if you want to still have keep the placeholder for changes, then you can go for agile. Hybrid, big or complex projects. Okay. So this is like a comparison table. Hybrid sounds cool. Okay. Until you are attending waterfall meetings inside an agile sprint while eating leftover samosa. So yeah, sometimes it becomes funny. Now, key takeaways. There is no one perfect way to ensure quality. It depends upon your project type. Yes, there is no one perfect way. Waterfall gives control, but it's not flexible. Agile is flexible, but needs strong team habits. Hybrid gives the best of both if managed well. So depending upon the project and depending upon your methodology you're using, the quality can be decided. Good quality always comes from teamwork, clarity, and checking early and often. I would rather say the best sentence is precaution is better than cure. And sometimes we get unforeseen challenges. Okay, so we need to adapt to that. QA, we found 6 bugs. Dave, it's not a bug, it's a feature. Client, it's a lawsuit. So different people have different opinions. Okay, so this is on the happy note. We are coming to the end of the video. I hope you have enjoyed the session, and not to forget, this is the fourth part. We still have a fifth part to begin with. Okay, so stay tuned for the fifth part. And if you have enjoyed it, please do share with your friends. Till then, take care. Catch you soon. Bye bye.